So I just finished up an hour of terrorized cows. I've been running that on players 8, and I found a heap of good stuff. A lot of the stuff I was looking for I didn't actually find, so I was really looking for a either 4-socket bow or a 4-socket polearm so that I could make an insight for this ridiculously mana-hungry build, but I didn't find either in that hour of terrorized cows. But what I did find was a couple of circlets. So I'm not going to do those straight away. If I can't find a coronet or diadem or something more higher end, I have these to fall back on, but I'm going to use these as kind of like a last resort for that. More importantly, what I found is I found a demon hide sash. So I was keeping other belts just in case, but the idea of what I'm doing is I want to keep my strength at the lowest level possible so I can distribute my points more into these. So a demon hide stash is going to give me the maximum amount of belt potion slots that I can get with the minimum amount of strength required. So I am now also, I just hit level 50, which is kind of ridiculous. And if I do a little bit more terror zones, I'm probably going to hit 51, which is the level that I wanted, because not only does that mean I can imbue my belt now, but it also means that I can jump over to Anya and I can grab my weapon. Now, I have been holding off on this until I hit level 50, because level 50 is the level where it is possible to spawn +2 on these skills. So I'm holding out hope that I get a +2 jav. Amazon is the worst class for Anya because she can spawn 3 different weapon types, being the bow, the spear, or the javs. So I have a 33.3% chance that I'm going to get a jav, and probably an even lower chance that I'm going to get one with plus skills, and that's awesome. But I've got to give myself every opportunity to get the best gear that I can doing this kind of run. So I've left it to level 50, and we're all good to go. We can go check Anya now. Alright, so after 51 levels, we have a 33% chance to change our starting weapon. We got a bow, which isn't obviously what I wanted. But it's not a bad bow. I really wanted to change the javs. Alright, so we didn't have much luck with the Anya quest item, which is unfortunate because that means we're back to using our starting weapon. Right, but I'm not done with the excitement of finally being able to wear items. So I do have this demon hide sash, and because I have turned level 50, I am going to imbue that now. The reason I waited until level 50 for this belt imbue is because I was waiting for a specific affix that I wanted. That affix is of the whale, and of the whale means it spawns life between 81 and 100, and that can only spawn from level 50. So that's one of the affixes that I have been waiting for. I obviously want a belt because this not having a belt situation is a little bit ridiculous. So that's a bit of a non-negotiable with my build, that I'm going to need to have a belt there. I'm going to want a helm, like I said, which I'm going to wait to try and get a coronet for that. And then I'm tossing up between whether I do gloves or whether I do boots. There are pros and cons for both. The gloves have a chance to spawn with +2 jav skills and attack speed and resistances and things like that, where the boots have a chance to spawn with lots of res and faster run walk, which would be incredible. So it's like, do I want attack speed and skills, or do I want faster run walk? So I haven't fully decided which way I'm going to go with my final item. So with that being said, let's run over and see what we get with this demon hide sash.
Good day.
Go. Ah, look. It's not 100 life, but the lightning res and fast hit recovery, we'll take it. That's not a bad result. Yeah, we'll take that. Thanks, Chelsea. I knew you'd have my back. I'm going to do one more thing before I head over to Nightmare, and that is I am going to socket my buckler here. So what I did is I ran normal forge, as you'll see in my little clip here. And when I ran that, I got myself a perfect diamond. Now, I don't have a problem with using existing materials to like craft, because technically I'm not actually putting them inside of the item that I'm wearing. But the diamond needed to come from a quest, because that's actually going to be going inside of the item. And luckily enough, that's the thing that dropped from Forge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little recipe here to socket a hole inside of my buckler, and I'm going to give myself an all-res 19 gemmed buckler. So that's the final thing I'm going to do before I move over. So it's time to tackle Nightmare. Alright, I would like to officially welcome you over to Nightmare. You can see our resistances have taken a hit, but we're only in the red on fire res, and it's only by -11, so I can deal with that for now. Great tower position here. With that tower position, we're going to go back and we're going to get Kane. I gotta say that I forgot how good Javazon is through Nightmare in D2R. Last time I played, a Javazon was Season 1 of D2R coming out. It was my first leveling character through, was a Javazon, and it's, yeah, I forgot how trivial Nightmare is. Alright, let's see what we get. We get a 2 to minimum damage, a little bit of attack rating. As a whole, it's a complete nothing burger. That's a bit sad. Alright, I was holding out with that ring to try and get something something good, but we didn't, obviously. So I might go back to the other Akara ring and craft ourselves some fire res with that ring. I just need to pick up an exploding potion for that to work, so I'm sure I'll find one of them somewhere, and when I get that, I will craft myself a fire res ring. I have just found a 4-socket bow, so we can finally give Ellie a insight. So I've been hanging out for that. So that's a nice find. What I haven't thought about is whether or not Countess is classified as a quest, like, drop with her runes. So one of my things I was planning on doing was socketing a helm with an rune, which obviously would be nice if I could farm tower to get a rune in hell. But is her drop table classified as a quest? It's probably not. I probably just need to hope that I get one from Forge. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind on that yet. Let me know what you think about Countess rune drops. I'm thinking I probably just need to hope that I get one from Forge, to be perfectly honest. Like, in the last little bit, just alone, I've found a Biggin's bonnet, a Pelta Lunata, and a Siggin's pair of boots. Like, literally just running from tower to barracks. So, and with 0% magic find. Like, so ridiculous. Honestly, what? Honestly, what is going on? Now we got Vidalis, which I would 30% faster run walk. That'd, as amazing as that would be, like, stop. Just all I want is an exploding potion, not a rancid potion, not all these uniques. Just drop me an exploding potion.
Inflict no more anguish.
Andy down, but more importantly, we just got an exploding potion. And we have a 27 fire res. Not a bad result, so we can get rid of this that's basically doing nothing. And now that brings our resistances all out of the red, so that's nice for now. Alright, we're gonna unequip the amulet. We're gonna punch some of these. Back down to 1. Ooh. Easy game. Right, so this is probably one of the most exciting parts of the run. We're about to get another ring. Now, I don't know whether the ring that we get is going to be able to beat the fact that I have 30 cold res on one and 27 cold res on another. But here's hoping. So we basically need a whole bunch of res for this to be worthwhile wearing. What do you got for me, Ormus? Yeah, it's basically useless. I think I'll stick with my fire res. In case it wasn't obvious, I've decided to go down the tree and grab a Valkyrie. So I have a level 1 Valkyrie, but I also have the decoy as well. So I can decoy my way through, which is making things a little bit easier as well, so I don't get swarmed and I can sort of redirect them as I require. Would have been handy if I was literally any other class and could obviously wear a spirit. Alright, so I'm up to Mephisto. Strategy is very simple. I'm going to try and drag him out using our decoy. Oh, really? Just a random pair of crossbones there. We've made it to Act 4, and we're still looking pretty grim in terms of our equipment. We haven't really changed too much since Act 1. I've still got this on Players 1, and I may leave it on Players 1, just because at this point I think I'm going to just run through Act 4 relatively quickly, and run through Act 5. We've got souls here in the plains. And we've... Oh, what a drop! Oh, this one hurts. This one really hurts. This has got to be up there with one of the best possible drops we could have got. I mean, the rolls on the res isn't fantastic, but that really hurts. Yeah, I'm going to reset so that we don't get souls on Plains of Despair. Ah. Alright, I'll do one more. And if we still get them, we're just going to have to deal with it. So he was a bit tanky, but no real issues. Pretty easy. Alright, so Nightmare Forge. We really want an Unrune here. That's basically the only thing that will help us, is an Unrune. Come on. Come on. I mean, that's a treachery for the Merc, so it's not worst case scenario. But It doesn't directly help us. Alright, we made it to Chaos. Should be cruisy. Ooh. Now this has some future potential Emilio written all over it. I can get rid of this one. Put that one there. Ah. This keeps kicking me in the teeth. Why me? I got a decoy and a belt. Why me? Why me? Leave me alone. Oh my god. Why are you obsessed with me? Take that, you angry dude. Right, so I've run all the way up to Shank. We just did the repair. Come down here and do this quickly. He's lightning enchanted, so it's a little slower than normal, but pretty cruisy. Now, this has potential for me to do what I did in normal difficulty and up this to players 8 and run Eldritch and Shank for a little bit to see whether I can get some levels. I am pretty high leveled at the moment, so I don't actually know whether I will get much, but I may just exit and do that quickly and see how much experience I get. Alright, so we put that players 8. We're going to see how much experience we can get. What's his lightning enchanted? Actually, it wasn't too bad. I'm fairly certain I got like 1/3 of a bar. So if I do that a few times, like let's say I run that 10 times, I can possibly get like 2 levels or something maybe. I may do that. I think I'm done running Eldritch and Shank on P8. I got myself a few levels. I'm up to level 64 now. And I'm actually excited to get amazed at how many set and unique items I'm finding. So obviously I didn't find anything great, but all of these items just dropping from having 0% magic find it's a little bit crazy to me. All right, we've hit our first roadblock. Our souls down here are lightning immune, and it's causing a little bit of a problem. Could be a map reset. I mean, Ellie and Valk have kind of got it. So as long as I don't die, I could probably deal with it. Alright, so with some slow and methodical gameplay, we've made our way down to Anya. I'm secretly impressed with myself that I didn't have to reset that map. Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. So this should help our resistances. Oh yeah, I found a Foul Rune as well, which normally would be a little bit exciting, but it kind of does nothing for us, so it's not exciting at all. So our resistances now are in the 20s. We've got our cold nearly in the 30s there. Poison, I don't really care about the poison if I'm perfectly honest. So I'm pretty happy with how these resistances are currently. That's nice for Nightmare. Now the real exciting part is we have a second chance now to get rid of our starting weapon. So we are currently level 64 and are still using our 2 starting weapons here. And we're about to have a crack at changing them up. So fingers crossed, Anya can deliver and give us some jabs. Come on, Anya. Oh, we got jabs. 40 IAS. 230 enhanced damage. These are actually pretty damn good. They don't have +2 to skills, but these are good. I really wish the fire and cold damage was enhanced, which would help with immunities. But apart from that, I cannot complain at all. I mean, we got javelins. That's a start, right? And the fact that we get the increased IAS and enhanced damage, that's nice. I started a while ago anticipating that I would need dex, and I couldn't remember how much I needed. So I've got 75 put in so far, so I can't actually wear these at the moment. I do have 2 more respecs, but I was waiting until I got to hell to try and figure out how to deal with the immunities. And I probably don't need to put these on now, and I will get a bunch more levels, especially when I start doing terror zones and stuff like that at the end, where I will probably get enough to throw some dex into that to put those on before hell. So I'm not going to respec yet, which means I'm not going to be able to wear them for a little bit, but I have started working my way towards it. And that means we now have 2 imbues, so I still haven't found a coronet, but I'm intent on trying to farm for one. And I'm getting close to thinking that it's boots that I want. The no faster run walk's really starting to kill me. I want to maximize the experience from Ancients as much as possible, so I've been doing a few leveling up runs here on Players 8, where I come through here and I quickly kill Eldritch. And then I run over here and I kill Pindle. And then I rinse and repeat. And you can see how much experience I got just from that one run, and I've already got myself to level 67. So I'm going to do this until I'm not getting huge chunks of experience, just so I get the maximum from the Ancients experience hit. Okay, Ancients time. We managed to get ourselves to 69 and like 3/4. I sort of pushed that way longer than it needed to go. But I was excited. I wanted to use the new jabs, but not to be. Cool. So that brings us now to one level away, so we're half a level away until we can use our jabs. Ooh, that was first death of the run. It's a stupid death, but first death. Do the first couple of players, eh? Finish them off in a second, because that's the level where we can now use our jabs. Alright, here we are, people. At level 71, we finally get to use something other than a starting weapon. Oh, and the 120 stack is gonna feel so nice. I'm gonna go play as 5 for Council. Although he might be lightning immune. Although I think I've already set him as play as 5. See what happens. He's not lightning immune, but he's lightning enchanted. Not sure what the best level for these are, but we'll leave it on level 5. The player's 5. The player's 5. Here. And I will do Lister on players 1, just because I have no idea how that's going to go. Alright, I fully could have left that on players 3 or players 5. Bail time, we're nearly done. We're nearly done with Nightmare. Nice. Oh, 20 IAS. So we had some slight setbacks, but we all really knew that the challenge is going to come when we hit Hell, because that's when we hit the immunities, and we're going to also be suffering in our resistances and not going to be able to wear gear to be able to supplement it. So we're also not going to have the tele staff to be able to skip over things. So we all know that Hell is going to be the problem. All in all, though, considering what we've been wearing, I think we've done pretty well. We only took 1 death, which was really... it should have been no deaths, because that was really stupid. So right now, we are level 71, and nearly at level 72. I say nearly, it's like... still got a third to go. That means that I only really need to get a few levels before I can click over into Hell. So I'm going to do some cows, just to try and get a coronet. I really want to get a coronet for the Nightmare Imbue before I head over there. I'm also probably going to be doing the boots in Hell. I think I'm pretty set with boots being my final one, because I want to try and get some faster run walk. I'm going to try and head over to Hell at level 75, which doesn't give me a whole lot of levels. As always, thank you very much for checking out this video, and I hope you choose to stick me through the Hell journey. Hope you've enjoyed the series so far, and I'll see you in the next one.